Today, we're going to look at a few colonizing planet candidates. Hope for new discoveries. Human civilization seeks long-term survival. Must find a new home. Based on this, we recently hoped to colonize and live on Mars. However, the colonization of Mars could result in terrifying mutations. Even the end of humanity. Mars' thin atmosphere, only cosmic rays and the sun. Radiation continues to reach the surface. Even if astronauts wear spacesuits, the moment you step onto the surface of Mars, will be exposed to intense radiation. In addition to Mars' surface radioactive fallout, they represent a significant threat to us. The dust grains are extremely fine. It can penetrate a sealed cabin. The first colonists will have bone and muscle issues. And future Martians, it might be completely lose the line without the exoskeleton ability to move. And not just that, every internal organ will degenerate, even turned into glue. If researchers say that Mars is entirely unsuitable for life, so where else could we flee? Scientists are looking for alternative planets suitable for human habitation. Not any ordinary planet, it is a super Earth. It turns out, in all possible worlds, the Earth isn't perfect. For the majority of its existence, the Earth are uninhabitable. The reason is that plate motion and variations in the sun's brightness cause climate from flickering from blazing heat to freezing cold. So, ideal migration. What conditions should a planet be in? Researchers believe that it has to be roughly twice the mass of the Earth. The average temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. In addition, this planet should be larger than the Earth. A dense atmosphere to safeguard against radiation and other harmful elements. Until recently, scientists have been unable to see it from a distance. Detailed study of exoplanets. However, with the introduction of the James Scarf Space Telescope, they can now photograph the planets. The breakthrough allow them to study which ones previously unknown celestial bodies. Of course, get accurate. The most reliable source of information is to send astronauts. Field trip. Let's think about this. NASA built a spacecraft. Can instantly. A spacecraft transports humans anywhere in the universe. A scientific research team was established. Begin the search for new exoplanets. However, we must select our exploration targets carefully. Otherwise, it may repeat the role of some stars. For instance, the star formerly known as Fomalhaut. The planet is located 25 light-years from Earth. It's NASA's Hubble telescope, space telescope, one of the exoplanets first discovered in 2004. When astronomers first spotted him, he prefers a bright, cold spots move rapidly across the sky. But what if we send astronauts too? Eventually, they will find nothing. In fact, scientists believe that, after the conspiracy, the planet may never have existed. If so, 2004, astronomers observed celestial bodies in 2006. It might actually be two celestial bodies colliding in one day. A massive ice cloud formed. With computer models, the researchers concluded that two icy objects approximately 200 kilometers in diameter collide, may have formed this dust cloud. Hubble mistook him for an exoplanet. This means that, including the most advanced telescopes and satellites, data and images can also mislead us. However, if the error is detected too late, so what happens? Think about it. Tens of thousands of Earthlings in spaceships go to Famo, only to discover himself trapped in space. No chance of returning. Fortunately, the misunderstanding was promptly clarified. Avoided a catastrophic expedition. Therefore, the expedition to find a new Earth is about to begin. The astronauts' primary target is HD 189733b. This planet appears quite similar to Earth at first glance. From a distance, he appears to have the human atmosphere and numerous water sources. However, as the spacecraft approached, the true face of HD 189733b is slowly revealed. This area is simply not suitable for human habitation. If we landed here, maybe forever, trapped in the disguised hell. The sight of seemingly plentiful water in the distance. It is actually shards of glass. The atmosphere of HD 189733b contains silicate particles. At high temperatures, these particles dissolve and form shards of glass. And things got worse. There is still speed on our planet. A fury spanning up to 8.700 kilometers. Storms can outweigh factors. If the astronauts survive, the seemingly safe blue planet. Another terrible surprise. His surface temperature rises to 834 degrees Celsius. With a warm welcome, the entire expedition will be reduced to ashes within seconds. The SOSTAR astronauts found HD just in time. The true face of 189733b did not land easily. However, the list of exoplanets goes on and on. Here we go. Let's look at another exoplanet. TRAPPIST-1, 2016. Astronomers first discovered the planet, convinced that he is a super-Earth. The arm of TRAPPIST is approximately 1.5 times the diameter of Earth. Based on the data obtained, the conditions on this planet appear conducive to life. It gets even worse. NASA, unprecedented science, and celestial bodies. Astrophysicist at the Center for Biological Research, Thomas Green firmly believes this planet contains a thick layer of gas layer. It can prevent the surface from overheating, even assuming that the data is in the hands of the astronauts. Accurate. Confirm the destination. Certainly one. An exoplanet that represents human survival. They may still face the risk of landing on a massive fireball, because on the way to TRAPPIST-1, the planet's climate could change. Do you know? TRAPPIST-1 is the distance from its star. It is only 1% of the distance between Earth and the Sun. Although TRAPPIST, the stars of the system are fainter than the Sun. But this planet, the Sun continues to provide more energy than the Earth, received 4 times more stellar light. In James, the most recent data from the Webb telescope show that TRAPPIST compared to daytime surface temperature, up to 230 degrees Celsius. If our astronauts, landing on TRAPPIST-1, they will confront unpredictable dangers. But is there really a perfect one? What about the planets that align? Do not despair, because it appears that the location we've been looking for finally appeared within sight. Kepler-22 arm. This is our space telescope, the first discovered exoplanet. It seems very promising. The premise is that we do not consider official hope for that disappointing miscalculation. Kepler-22b for Fish Sun. The migration of stars in 2011. The Kepler Space Telescope confirmed his existence. Through the so-called spiritual day method, researchers were observing Kepler-22, and I noticed that his brightness dimmed from time to time. This can only mean one thing. There is a planet in orbit, as he moved in front of the star, blocking the star's light slightly. So, what do we know about Kepler-22 now? It is 36 times the mass of Earth. The radius is 2.5 times that of the Earth. Livable Kepler-22 coins. Like from, the studio apartment was moved into a 2-story house. Surprisingly, this planet is just as habitable as ours. Familiar. A year on Kepler-22 is about 290 days. This is extremely close to the Earth's year. Orbit of the planet. Tau is 15% closer to the Sun than Earth. If the Earth was this close to the Sun, we'll be scorched immediately. However, the Kepler-22 had one advantage. It orbits a planet smaller than the Sun. A cool run. This makes the planet. The received light illuminates the Earth. The light received from the Sun is roughly equal. The surface temperature of the Kepler-22 arm can be measured at. It varies between 15 and 22 degrees centigrade. Almost like our spring. It is very livable. So, our astronauts, it's time to begin landing on the Kepler-22. However, this planet may still hide something. Unexpected surprise. Scientists simulate the rotation axis of Kepler's 22 arms and orbital time. It turns out that the planet is tilted. This could be very dangerous. Because of this tilt, the level of the planet will always face the star, enduring unimaginable heat. The other pole goes completely dark. A planet orbits a star. The two gatherings constantly switch places. To survive under these harsh conditions, we have to constantly move around the planet to remain within the settlement zone. Therefore, colonialism. Citizens will have to create sci-fi walkable cities. City or create a space trailer camp, so that people can easily migrate to an appropriate location. The living area. But don't ignore the planet completely. New research demonstrates that Kepler-22b may be completely covered by one layer. Oceans reach depths of up to 50 meters. The water layer can naturally regulate the climate, balancing extreme temperature changes. Now let us talk about gravity. If Kepler-22b was twice the size of the Earth, then his gravity might be several times stronger. This means that our weight on this planet will also be significant. Increase it. Sudden changes will undoubtedly result in joint and blood pressure problem. However, evolution may assist us in this regard. As time goes by, colonialists on Kepler may become shorter and lighter. Finally, our species may act become a dwarf creature under half a meter tall. On Kepler, everything will change, even rows of our internal organs, column and size. For example, our hearts might expand to improve effectiveness in high-gravity environments, loosen the blood, and some organs may disappear, while allocating resources to the blind factory. More important physiological functions. However, it is not only humans who need to accelerate evolution. Animals on Earth also need to grow the outer limb to distribute their weight. Despite this, the challenge extends beyond that. Our astronauts are located at 22B and Keebler, cannot find a solid ground to land on. National airlines. NASA scientists speculated that Kepler 22b may not be an attractive planet. Some researchers claim that he could be a statue, a gas giant, like Saturn. Suppose the first colonists, people found themselves on such a planet. They'll have to figure something out. Build one in its orbit. Floating city. So our home in Kepler, likely to resemble dense foam, floating in the upper atmosphere. However, in the gas giant, survival is a daunting task. This explains why our astronauts continue the search for more appropriate planets for obsession. What if such a planet does not exist? During our expedition, we found out, not all exoplanets are friendly to us. This means we'll need to adapt new conditions, and to survive, we might even need to mutate. We're in the process of exploring new territories. What will the future of humanity be like? Certainly, it depends directly on the planet that we choose. We have to choose carefully. You cannot judge it solely on its appearance. For instance, look through a window. I saw something beautiful in my field of vision. Beautiful exoplanet. Distance is 1407. Then do not go there immediately. It's been dubbed a Saturnian-like superstar, mainly because he has a large ring system. It is approximately 640 times the size of Saturn's rings. However, the planet itself consists of green, large gas clouds created by rivers and seas. No solid surface. It was accompanied by severe thunderstorms. We shouldn't get too close to it. 1407 to 1. Not just gas giants. It usually rains diamonds, although diamonds may sound appealing. But let's explore other exoplanets first. Next, let's look at VHS 1256b. He was spotted for the first time in Chile. The discovery occurred in 2015. Observations of HS 1256b reveal that he may also be a gas giant. However, the researchers observed that this planet has an unusual red color. It appears that there is some sort of dust in his atmosphere. This indicates that on VHS 1256b, there may be some sort of ground-like existence. But bad luck with the level. We cannot find it deep within its atmosphere. Solid ground. The gas will gradually become denser, until it eventually becomes a liquid in the planet's core. At the center of the planet, there may be one that isn't made of water. It's a vast ocean of oil greens. So, how can we survive in such an environment? First, we need to understand, the pressure will be unimaginable. Under these conditions, we need to evolve into something like the deep sea form of living things. It protects against radiation. As for the living environment, he needs a special platform to keep floating through the dense clouds of the VHS 1256 arm. And it requires a protective dome. The building should be a one-story structure. Because of high gravity and pressure, people move extremely slowly. If humans decide to settle at VSS 1256b, we may become a species, turtle-like creature, living in a sphere house. That's not an appealing prospect, is it? Let us continue our search for a habitable planet. For example, Kourou 7 is superior to 2009. The planet was discovered, be the first beauty discovered by humans. Exoplanet. People believe that throughout their journey, he was 100 times the size of the Earth. However, he gradually approached the star. The planet is heating up and losing gas, until only one face remains. The central problem is the distance between the Pork's 7 arms and its star. 60 times closer to the sun than we are. Daytime. The temperature of this planet can reach up to 2.593 degrees Celsius. Enough to melt and evaporate rocks. So, here it is. Not only can boiling oceans and lava be found, you can also meet stonefish. Oral entry into the habitat wall has a tidal locking effect. The planet is always facing the star on one side. The other side is extremely cold. Temperatures as low as -235 degrees Celsius. So, how can we survive in such an environment? It appears that the only habitable species on the planet. The region is a narrow stretch of land between the two hemispheres. Here's the thing, that is a very small area. Insufficient to accommodate the space and resources needed for the survival of all humanity. We're either going to fight for these areas, adapt to extreme environments. The first is low gravity. Low gravity causes our muscles and bones to develop. Skeletons become fragile. The spaces between the spines widen. As a result, people grow taller. And because the spine is rarely used, humans will develop into tall, contented creatures, slender limbs, curvature of the spine. Furthermore, if you discuss the hot side of the 7 arms of meat, our flesh and bones will not be able to tolerate such high temperatures. But titanium can. Therefore, evolution might have given us titanium skin. What about housing in this environment? An underground bunker would be the ideal choice. The bunker hardware is located near the border on the cold side, close to the ice sheet. Acquired water resources. Survive on the cold side of the planet. May be easier to stay warm and avoid frostbite in the limbs. We need to cover it with a thick layer of hair. The living environment you can learn from. Igloos should be designed by special people on Earth. These structures are not just resistant to cold, it also shields against cosmic radiation. This area has never seen sunlight. The interior of our home requires a large number of a powerful light source, but that isn't enough. A smart heating system is also necessary to prevent melting ice cubes in building structures. Therefore, regardless of which planet humans decide to inhabit, we all have to change our lives, style and even appearance. But if this is mandatory, the evolutionary process has already started. Scientists claim that humans as a species already undergoing a transformation. In 2004, researchers from the University of Pennsylvania, researchers announced the discovery of the gene for NYCH16. This gene causes the human jaw to slowly shrink. There are already some people born without wisdom teeth. In addition, some human bones are gradually converting to cartilage, make the bone structure more flexible. In theory, this would help us deal with Earth's various gravitational forces. So, which planet would you prefer to obsess over first? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Galactic Discoveries Quest. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get our latest videos as soon as they're out. See you next video.